Welcome to the Ditch the Struggle podcast. I'm your host, Alana Rosso. I'm a graphic designer turned career and success coach who knew I could do better, but kept falling short of where I wanted to go. But after years of exploring personal and career development, business, money mindset, and energy work, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can move from stuck and defeated to empowered and confident. Ready to dive in? Awesome. Together, let's ditch the struggle. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ditch the Struggle. Today, I want to talk about being a people pleaser, and I want to talk about victim mode and how those two worlds can collide, because I certainly found the connection between the two and how they can drive us crazy and make our lives really difficult and add that layer of struggle. And I just had this aha moment from a text. Basically, someone texted me, and they are someone who is in victim mode a lot of the time. And we've talked about that, with this friend. I'm going to call them Alex. And they haven't had an easy life. They've had a lot of things that are really, really hard, including health challenges, both physical and mental. Life has not been easy for them. And I was going to say and they like to let everyone know that. They are someone that broadcasts it often. I remember a friend of theirs was saying that when Alex even goes to the grocery store, they're telling the checkout person how hard their life has been or what's happened to them recently or how they got fucked over or screwed over or whatever happened. So generally, if you're broadcasting to everyone how bad your life is or how hard things are, you are definitely going down the path of victim mode, right? And we all do it. We all need those pity parties. I'm a big advocate of short-term pity parties when things are really going badly. But victim mode's not some place to stay if you want to grow and if you actually want to change your life. Now, how this relates to being a people pleaser, which is what I kind of really resonate with. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I have very often throughout my whole life put other people's needs first because it helped me feel good about myself. I felt people needed that. It gave me self-esteem to help others. And the problem is I did it at the detriment of my own health, at the detriment of my boundaries. I've crossed my boundaries billions of times now, and I still have to work on that. And that's actually what leads me to this story with the text. This friend, Alex, we have tried to schedule dinner 4 times, and 3 out of the 4 times, this person has canceled. So there's that person who just always cancels last minute. It's hard to schedule and blah, blah, blah. It can be really frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. So after, I think, the 3rd cancellation out of the 4, I think we've seen Alex once, but out of the 4 times we've tried, the 3 didn't happen, including one recently. And Alex texts to say, hey, really want to see you again. Let's make a dinner happen. Not really acknowledging all the other dinners that they have canceled on. And here's what's so interesting. My immediate reaction, I'm almost about to text, was, oh yeah, absolutely. We have to fit something in for Alex. We have to make this work. Now, my life has been insane the last 6 weeks, overworked, overtired. I have had way too packed a calendar. And in fact, the last week I have just spent stripping everything back and quitting stuff. I'll talk more about that in another episode because it's just being out of control. And in addition to that, Declan's back kind of went weird, but it turned out to be a pinched nerve and pretty well the most painful thing he's been through. And I've also had my knee flare up. So just these weird physical things that have just knocked us sideways that we're having to deal with on top of just stress and me overbooking, overcommitting, which is my default setting that I'm really, really still working on. But my immediate reaction was to the text of let's make dinner happen is I have to fit this in. And I was already doing the mental gymnastics of how I'm going to fit this into my ridiculous schedule. And if I move things around and it happens in a split second. But I caught myself. I was like, this is the people pleaser in me. And I'm feeling sorry for this person and feeling like I have to make it work, even though they're not really showing up that well for us when they keep canceling. They're in the victim mode and I feel sorry for them. So I feel like I have to move mountains to make this happen and make them feel good and happy and loved. And I do love the person very much. So it dawned on me how clearly, A, I'm still in people pleaser mode some of the time, and B, the advantage of being in victim mode. This is someone who really lives their life in victim mode and has the identity of being in victim mode. And again, they acknowledge it. So if you are living your life in victim mode, the benefit of it is that people will do anything you want. They will be easily manipulated. They will jump through hoops for you. I'm that person. And I do this for people I feel sorry for, right? It's like, oh my God, they have so much going on. I really need to make their life better and do this dinner and have them over, whatever it is. So the dynamic between a victim mode person and a people pleaser, it's really crazy. It's almost as intense as a narcissist and an empath. And I am an empath. And victim mode people are not necessarily narcissists. However, there is that thing where someone who's living in victim mode all the time, they pull people into their orbit, and then everyone starts dancing around doing whatever they want because they feel sorry for them. So it can be sometimes a manipulation tactic. And this person definitely not a narcissist, but it dawned on me how powerful it is to live in victim mode because you do get out of others what serves you. And it may not be conscious, but as I said, I've been in victim mode. So I know that if I'm talking about how bad things are, people are going to feel sorry for me. I'm probably going to get some sympathy at the very least. And maybe someone will buy you dinner or lunch or whatever it is. There's always a benefit to it. And I talk about this in another episode that I'll link below, which is why it's so hard to ditch the unnecessary struggle, because there's always a benefit to us being in struggle. So there is a benefit to being in victim mode, which is others will cater to your whims. They will go out of their way to help you. You get attention. And the people pleaser in me was really ready to give that attention and to move my calendar around so that I could make this person's life a little bit better. But I did catch myself. There was just this crystal clear awareness before I texted. I was like, hold the phone here. I have so much going on. I have to put my needs first and Declan's and just the household and just everything going on. Why do I feel that I have to have this knee-jerk reaction and accommodate someone who keeps canceling on us, for one thing? And also doesn't acknowledge other texts that I send. So it becomes a little bit frustrating, feeling like a one-sided conversation sometimes. But the point is, it is helpful to look at when we are in victim mode and what we gain and get out of being in victim mode. And again, we all do it. I really feel like I need to say that over and over again. And I want the people pleasers to notice when they are overgiving and going into people-pleasing mode. And are you doing it for people that are feeling sorry for themselves, that are staying stuck in their sad, woe is me story? Do you find that you're going into people-pleaser mode more around those people? Because that's not helping you get out of people-pleasing mode. You want to be around people who are going to give and take evenly and don't want you to overdo it or overstretch yourself so that you can accommodate their needs, because that makes no sense. That's not a win-win situation. And I talk about that. We need to have balance, win-win, and ebb and flow, all of that, right? So I don't want to be a mean person, but I am not scheduling dinner. That is the bottom line. I wrote back that things are really chaotic right now. Let's touch base in a few weeks, which is totally true. That could make more sense. And I just need to get a little bit more in touch with this people pleaser version of myself, because she is not gone. I have not recovered. I'm still in recovery. It pops up all the time, but I'm noticing that it pops up around people that I feel sorry for. I'm such an empath and I feel their emotions. I don't want anyone to be not feeling loved or not feeling happy or not feeling content, or if I know they're going through a hard time, I love being people's cheerleaders. But I also have to think about what's in my best interest and how much energy and bandwidth I have. So my people pleaser friends and my victim mode friends, because we are always at some point one or the other or both or doing a combination. We step into all of those sides, which are sometimes our shadow selves, as they call them. Think about the moments where you are going into those modes. Be cognizant of it, be aware of it. And it is okay to step back and not give as much to people who are taking. And it is okay to put your needs first and take care of yourself. I want you to take care of yourselves. I think that is the message. Take care of yourself, take care of your needs, and be really cognizant of those that are trying to drain your energy and what they're gaining from it. Take care, guys. Thank you for joining me today on Ditch the Struggle. You showing up here means so much to me. To dig deeper into the topics discussed today and to learn about my work, visit alanarosa.com. And don't forget to download your free resources while you're there. And if this episode resonated with you, please share with others who also want to ditch the struggle. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, leave a rating and a review, and let me know what you'd like to see more of on this podcast. And before I go, I want to leave you with my 3 favorite ways to ditch the struggle. Be your own best advocate, take baby steps for the win, and forget about a linear career path. It's overrated and you are doing just fine. See you next time.